Welcome viewers. Today we'll be considering quadratic expression of the form ax squared minus bx plus c. In our last video we considered quadratic expression of the form ax squared plus bx plus c. See the difference? It's only the sign in the middle terms. So we will go with this example. That's example 2. You are asked to factorize a or x squared minus 17x plus 42. All right, this will be very simple. You still follow the step. So solution, this. What you have to do first is what we have stated before. So the first step is multiply the first term, it is positive, right, by the last term. So what do you get? Times. So it's positive, so and then you have plus 42 x squared. Right? What is the next thing? The next thing is find, you have gotten this. So find two factors of plus 42x squared whose sum is what? The middle terms minus 17x. All right? Minus 17x. Now, look at this. What you have here is positive, but what you have in the middle term is negative. So each time you come across this form of quadratic expression, the two factors you are asked to find are both negative. All right? So if you have to create a table, let's just create our table for this. You have factors of plus 42 and then sum of factors. Sum of factors. So what are we going to have? Let's look at there are so many factors. So what happens is that you can list as many factors as possible for that particular number. For this number, there are so many factors of 42, and it is always advisable for students to sit down and write out the factors because it will really help them. Yeah. If you start like that, after some time you will just get conversant with some factors of numbers. You may just look at it and tell the answer without doing anything. All right, so we are going to list all the factors of 42. All right, we are going to write 42 as the, we're going to list all the possible factors. Okay, all the two numbers that can be multiplied together to get what? 42. So what we are having here is the first one, x and 42x is 7. That is 1 and 42. Remember what I said? So you've seen that because the middle term was negative, the middle term is negative, I mean, the two factors will be what? Negative. And the reason why the two factors are negative is because your product here is positive, or the last term here is positive. All right? So when the product here is positive or the last term here is positive, you consider this when the middle term is negative. So the next one, if you add this together, if you are having a minus 1 plus minus 42, okay, all right, if you are moving from your number line, you are moving from this minus 42. When you are adding a negative number, let's say minus 42 plus minus 1. When you are adding a negative number, you move to your left on the number line. So if you're going to move this way, you'll get minus 43. All right. So, and also you have 2x and 21x will still give us this. Remember, both of them will be negative. So if you multiply this together, you are having 42x squared. Okay. Now, if you are asked to add this together, okay, let me put it this way. Remember, in your number line, when you study your number line, you were told each time you are adding a negative number, each time you are adding a negative number, you move to your where? Your left. So 1, 2. To your left, we start from here, you end here. So to move to your left, then so you have minus 23x. The next one, okay, let's try with, remember what we are looking for. We are looking for the factors whose sum will be 17x. So we have not gotten it yet. Let's see, we have 3x and 3 and 14. Is it true? Yes, 3 and 14. Possibly, let's say this type, this is 2 and, okay. Yeah. So, what are we going to do? Let's add this together. If you add this together, you're going to have 33 plus 14, just 17x. The sum will be minus 17x. Which other two numbers can you multiply to? I think this should be minus 6 and minus 7. There you are going to have minus 13x. So, we have gotten what we are looking for. This is it. Okay? So the two factors of plus 42x squared whose sum is minus 17x are what? Minus 3x and minus 14x. So what we are going to do now is to replace the middle term, replace minus 17x in the original expression with minus 3x minus 14x. All right, minus 3x minus 14x. So you have x squared minus 3x minus 14x plus 42. All right, let's see. So between these terms, after that, we are now going to factorize in group. We group this. All right. So what we are going to do, please, we are still going to use that method when we are going to use that method of factorization. So we're factorizing in group. What is common here, you notice that is x. It's only x that can go in here and also divide here. So x can divide here. And if you are asked, this number here, or whatever you are bringing out here, whatever you are bringing out here is always the highest common factor, okay, for the two terms. So the highest common factor of x squared and minus 3x is x. So you have x squared divided by x minus 3x divided by x. You have this. So over here, you have 14 can actually divide 42. You see that? How many times? 3 times. 14 can divide 42 3 times. So we can bring out 14. All right. When you bring out 14, you make sure that you divide each of them by that 14. And also notice that you do not just bring out 14, it was minus 14. So you are dividing each of them by minus 14. So over here, you're going to have what? This cancel. You have x times x over x. This cancel, you have x here. Then here cancel, you have 3. then minus 14. This minus 14 cancel minus 14, you have x, and then minus plus divided by minus is minus, and then 14 goes to 42 3 times from what we have here. So you can also see that something is common. So in this case, since you are already familiar with the working here, you already know that we are going to have the bracket, and then their coefficient will be in another bracket. So this gives us the final answer. So whenever you factorize the quadratic expression of this form, you always have negative sign in between the variable and the what? The factors. All right.